So here we are in our hourly chart, and we've got our hourly channel. We've got a couple of touches on the upside of this channel anyway we draw it, and we've got 3 touches on the bottom, and this price action is bearish when you have the sharp drops and the choppy overlapping struggling to rally price action. This is bearish. This says that at least we will retest the lows in Bitcoin like this, but potentially we continue one more swing lower because we're doing each fib level at a time. And if we do that and we go to 50% then of the lows to the highs would be the next support at 64.28. So still bearish, but we've got a bit of a dance to do around this trend line and hourly 200 moving average here. So below 64.72, probably 64.28, and then below there, I think that there's a risk, Bitcoin likes a 618 retrace, but there is a risk of quite a deep retrace in Bitcoin if we keep going, I think, below this channel. So not looking terribly happy on this one. If we look at it on a daily, see if we can see anything that will help us. Sorry, I'm really messing up my charts this morning. So if we see this now, we can see that this channel is beginning to break down. If we were looking this for a sell signal with our moving averages lined up for a sell, you can see that this is just starting to roll over on the daily with our Heikin-Ashi. And if we go to regular candles, you can see below this daily 20, we will see some follow through and likely back to the lows. So not a good time to have anything more in Bitcoin than you need to have really to trade any altcoins. And ETH, unfortunately, normally I would say, well, maybe ETH looks a bit better. But in ETH, we've got a bearish reversal in this one. We've got pretty much the same pattern. We've got a double top. We failed at the middle level here. The next support is the 50% at 206. In ETH, and that's where the daily 20 moving average is as well. So I'm expecting this hourly consolidation to break lower and next support at 206 in Ethereum. Litecoin has similarly bounced, rallied, tried to rally, bounce, but underneath daily moving averages now, I think Litecoin, whilst we're sitting on the 50%, has a chance to recover. But if we drop below 51.87 in Litecoin US dollar, we are probably in a swing back. We've got some support at round number 50, but likely headed back to the lows. This is not a great place to short it, as in actively short, because this is such a clear support zone, but it's not a place to load up long yet either. It's not quite saying buy me so for Litecoin. Okay. So likewise, we've got Bitcoin Cash is outperforming Bitcoin. We've got our sideways range. We've been rejected from the highs of this range, and now it's like a fib staircase lower in this one, and I'm going to pop them in. Whilst we're underneath the 236 fib, which is 590, I think that we will see some follow through lower in this one, maybe to 556, more likely though to 528. And inverted this is a double bottom, but so potentially, when you have a double bottom here, which is what we've got here, we haven't hit our target because we should go twice this range, and this is the double top confirmation level in the middle here in Bitcoin Cash. So potentially we could find support around here and not come back this far. Let's see. The problem is the moving averages haven't caught up yet, so we need to do a bit of sideways moving while these moving averages catch up before we can get going. So first swing lower here on the 4 hour. I think we'll see at least another one before Bitcoin Cash recovers and goes up again. So time to be patient in Bitcoin Cash as well, even though it looks pretty tempting. If you're long, hang on. If you're waiting to buy, this is not quite the time yet. Okay? So there were a couple of nice setups that let's talk about the couple of nice setups that I could see. ENJ. So this is a daily chart. Here's our wedge consolidation. Had a nasty drop in this one, but then a spectacular rally. ABC up. We're looking for a rally. I think that this might be ABC. And so I'm going to be quite cautious with my upside projections for this one initially, and probably stick it to this daily 200 moving average first. But potentially, if we're building a bigger bottom, then this support and resistance level a bit higher at the 382 fib might be where we end up retesting, which is here at 1026. Ideally, obviously, we go back to this 50% level, but let's see. So I'm looking for a breakout of this wedge to the upside in ENJ, and 822 is the level to watch for. So on the 4 hour, here's our 4 hour look, and that's what we're looking for. So ENJ, this might be quite a nice weekend trade if this can get going. Now, if I draw the wedge like this, it looks like we've tagged it, and it does look like this is a third touch, okay? So then we're going to come back, find support, and we'll have another go. But 822 is what will confirm the breakout for ENJ, and looking good for at least one more swing higher. So we'll measure, this is the low like this, high. Yeah, I like probably back to retest these highs, I hope, but the 200-day moving average and 1000 level will be quite tough resistance. So ENJ, hopefully from these bunched up moving averages setting up, and a daily CCI cross would be pretty useful in this one. OST is another one. Pretty similar patterns, aren't we, we're looking for, but what in all of them, you know, if we draw them as head and shoulders patterns, we're looking for this right shoulder to finish and start turning higher again. So if we look at where our support and resistance, let's take it from these closes and ignore their spike, then, because that's what this high is here. So then we have got a head and shoulders pattern here. Okay, so we've got a left shoulder, we're ignoring the spike and we're using the close, and then a right shoulder here with an exact touch. Either way, I think that this 950 level will be quite a good confirmation. If we get any kind of a close above it, that will be an inverted head and shoulders bottom. So where do we go if we get higher from here? I think that these this next level is through here, and it's around 1600. Okay, so we're going to go from the closing price here to that low, like that. So that would be my first next level that I would be looking for. And then these highs around 3000. 2959 is a fib level, but 3000 I would be looking for. Pretty good looking bottom when we look at it, but we don't want to go too much further sideways. We need to turn up higher soon. Just crossing the CCI on the daily. So how are we going to trade it? Let's take a look at this. Well, this is the hourly look, isn't it? This 50, back above this 50% level maybe, but I don't know. I think I would start putting my toe in the water, buying a little bit here, because it looks pretty well supported on the hourly. You know, and it looks pretty good on the 4 hourly now as well, you know, to head higher from here. So for sure, see how we haven't been able to close above this 50% of the drop. 830. I think if you see a 4 hour close above 830, that would be the sign that you are looking for, that we're on our way higher again. So let it go above, buy it and carry on. So above 830